Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join me this night as the two legends, Bridge and Fox. Evening, boys.
Can I say a big good evening? Oh, sorry, pal.
Good evening.
Can I say a big good evening to you two guys? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Excellent here, pal. Excellent here.
Foxy boy?
Excellent. Same for me.
Oh, good. Well, obviously there's players left, and we'll maybe start asking the question where we need to strengthen, what you're looking for, and we'll have to put it out to the punters, because that's some squad players who played quite a bit in the first team left, particularly Halliday and John Flanagan. Wes came in when McGregor was maybe injured, but so we're going to have to beef in our squad. Says to me, our first signing might have to be a utility fullback, Fox.
I would say our first signing must be a backup to McGregor if Wes is gone, mate. We haven't seen much the other boy that's there. What's his name? Forget his name, the other goalkeeper. Firth, Andy Firth, aye. So I think it's essential that we either promote Robbie McCrory at this time or we bring in another quality goalkeeper.
I think they'll go for McCrory.
It's unusual for them to go with goalies so young, mate. You think back, they don't usually come into a team about an average about 24, 25, you know?
Yeah.
The boys get a wee bit of experience playing away out on loan there, so...
A bit like yourself then?
Aye, well, a bit like me, aye. But I think he's grown and matured in these last couple of years, and to be second or third choice to Alan McGregor would only boost him, mate.
Mm-hmm. All right, can I ask you, do you think his brother will be in the squad the 2 years next year, or do you think that ship sailed?
Bridge?
I don't think he'll come back. I wish him all the best, and I hope he does come back, because I thought he was quite a good player. But I think he's got some good experience down there, and I think if he gets an offer, he'll stay.
I don't know. I think Robbie's the other McCrory's boys had his chance, mate. I don't think I can see him staying at Rangers.
Ross? You mean Ross McCrory?
Ross, aye, Ross.
All right. Okay, it'll be interesting to see. So you're saying a goalie. What's your thoughts, Bridge?
Well, I think first thing you said was a potential backup at the fullback area, you know. And I've said we needed another goalkeeper at the beginning of last season. I thought that we should be looking at it. I'm not saying we should have bought anyone, but I think questions we need to ask McGregor. He needs to ask McGregor how he feels and can he make it, and then get that up with his medical people. Because if he's going to finish up at the end of the season, you're absolutely right. People who are a bit concerned about him at all, we'll need a replacement, and we'll need it quick. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We'll definitely need a backup to Barisic, mate, with both Flanagan and Halliday leaving.
Right. Unless they've got their eye on somebody they're going to promote that we've not maybe seen in the younger players, they maybe think, well, he's ready, but...
Sorry, Sarah, I'm hoping that they're looking out for what do you call them, the free contract ones, because there's going to be some players coming up, finishing up their contract. So I don't know. That's the only way I would take anybody to Scotland, to be honest.
I've got a different point of view for you, Bridge. I get your thing, and I don't want to give the teams money, but I think we need to watch that we don't cut off our nose to spite our face.
Sorry.
If we want a player and he's £2 million, and I've just used that figure, and he's got 3 years of his contract, and that's the market value, and we can sign the equivalent of an Ian Ferguson for St Mirren, why would we not do it?
Is that Bridge you're speaking to?
Both of these. Bridge first.
I've no objection to signing.
No, I think it's fair to say I'm in a minority of one.
No, your point's valid. I would grudgingly give him a coin, mate. I get your point, but why would we cut off our nose to spite our face if it's something that's going to improve our team?
Well, I would rather they went down to England and got somebody down in the English area who would like to come up and try to improve our team. But obviously, we need to be aware that it'll cost us more money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to be aware of. And I would suggest, but see for the likes of that young lad that's at Aberdeen now, young Ferguson. Somebody mentioned earlier, possibly 4 or 5 million. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 5 million Aberdeen were wanting. No, but I wouldn't be surprised that's what they want.
We're talking the left back here, mate. I'd look at the young boy for Hearts, Aaron Hickey. Barisic is going to be our number one. I would look at Hickey. I think he's coming to the end of his contract at Hearts. I think he's a young player with plenty of potential. So, and he can also cover both sides of the park, mate. I'd be looking at him.
No comment. I get your point, Bridge. I'm not having a go, mate. I'm just saying that if you're looking and all right, say there's a player playing with Wraith Rovers who's got loads of potential and skillful player, left-footed, tall, slim, and we say, I could not sign him because he's for a Scottish club.
When you say sign him, I mean, you're speaking about actively going out in the market and buying someone. That's what we're talking about, right? I wouldn't look in the Scottish market at all. Right? That's the way I'll deal. I wouldn't do it. I would look for the guys out of contract and I'd speak to them whenever it was possible to speak to them. Put the feelers out whenever it's possible without causing major ripples in their life. And if they want to come, just like we did with the boy for Aberdeen, Ryan Jack, marvellous bit of business for me, tremendous stuff. I just like to do that.
I take them for nothing every time. But
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if the boy at Wraith Rovers is the next Jim Baxter and we can get him first, and it might cost us $1.5 million, why would we not do it?
You've obviously got a different way of looking at things. I'm afraid I'm stuck in my wee world where I don't even want to look at them.
You don't want to give them money. I get that, but we could end up cutting off our nose to spite our face.
Yes, and I understand that too. I really do. And we might miss this and miss that. I remember years ago we tried to go for Gordon Durie and we couldn't get him, and we had to wait until he moved away down to Spurs. And after a season or two, we brought him back up to Rangers. So sometimes it has to be that way. And that
he went to Chelsea first, then he went to Spurs. Then
what I mean is he went down there and ended up at Spurs, and we brought him back. So.
Richard Gough, your classic.
Yeah.
Your classic, mate. They wouldn't sell him to him, but we ended up having to pay a British record to get him for Spurs.
Yeah.
But I know we have been shafted by the teams, but I'm just thinking, I only care about Rangers, and if somebody's good enough to improve our team, and he's playing with a Scottish team, Partick Thistle, for instance.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
I have to say that I'll agree with you because that's the way you want to do it, and I'm happy at that. It's purely my opinion, and it's just the way I feel. I just don't think any Scottish team is worth their money.
You've been consistent in your views. I'll give you that, Mucker. All right, well, good point, and we'll see what maybe the panel think. The punters think. Or what do we call them? Punters? Callers? What do you think we should call them, Fox?
Callers.
How about trying Rangers supporters?
Rangers supporters. I'm not sure about some of them right enough. They comment. Anyway, if people want to join us, give us your thoughts on what me and Bridge are saying, or what positions you think we're going to have to strengthen. What's the number, Fox?
Number is 0141 356 1972.
Where else can I join us, Bridge?
Well, they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. I couldn't get that word out there, so I do apologise. rangersradio.online, and Technical Terry will bring you in because Fox is on the panel at the moment.
Right, you get into that toilet and see if you get out. Oh dear. I've been sent CC's sent me a message about the boy Claire for Hearts. Good value for money. I would be the wrong person to ask. I only see these players when they play against us. I'm not a great study of the other teams, so I don't know. CC, have any of you noticed them?
I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him. And he always plays well against the Rangers. That's for sure. But not for me. Not for me.
Okay, all right. Anyway, we've been joined by JFK. Get his thoughts. He's a study of all things sport.
Evening, my good friends. How you doing, Oxshire, Bridgeman and Fox? How's all tonight?
All right, mate.
Magic, Jimmy. Thanks, magic.
Good. Who do we need? Obviously, we need a goalkeeper, a backup goalkeeper to take air for Griggsy. I like the shout for Fox about the boy Hickey. I rate him. I think he's a star in the making. And I would take Lewis Ferguson, but not the money that's been touted about him. Midfield, I think, is our position. It's there's no need to be bothered about that. I think we're very, very strong there. My main concern, guys, and as Fox Oxia says, I'm very consistent with it. Whether we keep Alfredo or no, I'm never going to be convinced, even when we brought him in, about Defoe. For me, we need to do something up front. Whether he brings somebody else in to supplement Alfredo, or if Alfredo goes, which we don't know what's going to happen. But for me, guys, Defoe isn't the answer. I know they're talking about Shankland, and they're talking about the big guy Lyndon Dykes and things like that, but I would rather have any Raytur than Defoe as a backup, because Defoe, for me, coming to start of next season, whenever it does start, he's 40. He's got another season's contract. For me, I don't know why. I've heard people say that he's possibly going to be a backroom staff. I don't know why he's been promised that, because there's more ex-Rangers players out there screaming out for jobs. So I would give him a job tomorrow. So the left back position, I think Foxy's got a picture of good in there, and Hickey. And I'm sorry, Bridge, but I would pay any.
Like a Hickey.
Hey, a wee bit about what Bridge said there. It doesn't bother me who I pay money to, as long as it enhances the Rangers. And I don't mind giving any Scottish club money apart from the puddle drinkers.
I mean, I get Bridge's point. I accept his point.
Well, can I just ask a question on that? Forget about. Why wouldn't you go, if you're going to, if it could enhance Rangers, why wouldn't you go to the puddle drinkers?
Well, I'm not. I mean, Alfie Conn and number 10.
No. I'm just meaning in general.
Because there's no any players there that I would want to play. They played for them.
Right,
that's enough for me.
Okay.
No, but the rest, there's a lot of good players out there.
He's not totally stupid.
True, very true. You know me so well.
We've also been joined by young Stardog. It'd be interesting to get his point on if there was a young promising talent, maybe around about 29 at Ayr United, great goal scorer, looking for would we sign him? What do you think, Stardog?
I don't see any players at Ayr United, mate, worth signing, to be fair, mate. But there's players out there.
Thanks for the call.
Aye, thanks for the call. Did you like that one? Did you? No, there's players out there. Oxshire. The way things are looking, you know. I mean, Lewis Ferguson's he's a player that I like, mate. He's a player I've been watching. If he played with Hamilton,
would he jump in front of Ryan Jack for you? I don't know.
Well, in my opinion, Oxshire, he's 20 years of age, right? He's scored 11 goals. He's got 23 assists in the league. He's got a great range of passing. He's got a great engine. He can pretty much do everything Ryan Jack can do the now. But the only difference is there's a lot of room for improvement there with Lewis Ferguson. So your end product is going to be better. But it's the money. I wouldn't pay the money, mate. Aberdeen would charge an absolute. They would hold us to ransom for him, and I wouldn't even enter into that. So that's a move, mate. I don't feel is going to happen. But if there's any player out there with any other team, as Jimmy said, if it's good for Rangers, it's good for us, and that's the way we've got to think, mate. I mean, you look at Kevin Thompson, Stephen Naismith, Boyd, Whittaker. They all came from SPFL teams, mate, and they were great service to the club and top-notch players in Europe.
David Cooper, Jim Baxter.
Yep.
There you go. I mean, you could go on all day, mate. So if it's good for Rangers, it's good for us, and that's the way the club's got to look at things. I feel now we've got rid of a lot of you would call utility players, But I feel there's a lot of players in that squad now that are in danger of becoming utility players, because I think the players that we're bringing in now have to be first team players, mate. I think we've got enough there for utility.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been joined with James. I think it's James from Tennessee. I think I might be right in saying that. Evening, James. You're on mute. Come off a mute. Unmute yourself. Well, he'll be with us shortly once he's worked out how to press a button. Good point, Starter. Good point. Bridge, you always deserve the right to reply.
Oh, yes. Look, I'm not taking anything away from anybody. People have got their own way. They would like to see what they like to do. Just like Jimmy is with the puddle drinkers, he doesn't want to touch them in any way, shape or form. And that's exactly the same way I am with all the rest of Scottish football. And I'm not being funny. That's the way I feel. They've done it. They've done the dirty on us 2012. And I've never, in my mind, I'll never forgive them for it. We have to live with them. We have to play them. I understand that. We have to abide by the rules, same rules as they do whenever possible. And I'll do that too. But don't ask me to give them any money. It's only me. Well, we've already done it 3 times with them and I don't know, give £1.5 million to 2 teams or something like that. It's just incredible stuff, Anyway, that's it.
I think James is with us now. Evening, James.
Yeah. Evening, right. I've managed to do that. Right. A couple of points. Malaga have released all the players in Spain because of the financial problems of the corona. And also the first division in England, there are going to be 1,400 players available. Why would Rangers, regarding Hickey, I think he's too soft a player. I think anybody pressing him hard, I've saw him play, I wouldn't sign him. I wouldn't sign Ferguson as well for Aberdeen. He's not worth the money. There's tons of players all over the world that they could get for a 1 year, 2 years contract. For instance, Matt Smith scored 3 goals for Millwall recently. He's actually plays for Birmingham. He would have been a great centre forward. He would have bossed those Celtic players and really strong player, or Jukovic from Birmingham. We really need guys that are going to blow them away from now on. No soft players. I'm afraid there are tons of players available.
I mean, we're in unique times here with Football JFK, and we don't really know what spending power we're going to have, because we don't know when the season's going to start. It's going to be unique, not just for us, for the whole of football.
Of course. And James is making a great point there. I mean, he's named a few players that if they were affordable to Rangers, then obviously we would go for them. But I'm not looking as far afield as and I haven't recently. But he makes a great point, and you did as well there, mate. We don't know how much cash we're going to have, and by all accounts, there's a lot of different things being said about the amount of money that's going to be invested that will help Rangers in the long run. So I think in that aspect, that we need to sit and wait. Lewis Ferguson, I agree, he's no worth the money they're talking about. But I would take a chance on the boy Hickey. No, the boy Hickey's no somebody I would throw in at the deep end right away. I think going forward, the left back's Barisic. Let Hickey learn from him. And I think we might get him at a decent price since Hearts are down there. And yeah, there will be some gems in the Championship. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, but I mean, we've signed boys for the Championships with decent reputations for their clubs, and they've not all been a success in Scotland. I don't think it's as easy as people bizarrely think. Stardog?
It's no, mate. I mean, I was speaking about Kevin Thompson and Whittaker and that, but I mean, if you look at the players they were coming in and replacing, they fitted what was needed for Rangers at the time, and they turned out to be great signings for us. Stephen Naismith and that as well. They all hit the ground running, but there's been plenty that haven't even featured as well. You sign players, mate, and sometimes you don't even really see them. But for me, Rangers are moving in a direction that we've got rid of utility players. I've already said it, Oxshire, that the players we've got to be bringing in have got to be players that are first team contenders. They've got to be in there and about it. There's going to be a lot of hungry players out of Europe, for what I'm hearing. I mean, that thing with Malaga, that's scary to think a club like that's in that kind of trouble, mate. And we'll happily welcome some of their players with open arms if that's where they want to come. But it's got to be right for Rangers, Oxshire. Just because it's a Malaga player doesn't mean to say he's going to be a great fit, does it?
No, necessarily. You might get a top drawer player for the Spanish league, mate, and he just doesn't enjoy the different culture.
Correct. And that's why I think of Ferguson and Vladke and that, you know, these are guys that have played in this division. They're season pros in this league, mate. And I think Rangers need to start looking at that, because there's players that have got us through in the past when we've done it.
James, if you've got to pick 3 positions to strengthen, what would be the 3 positions?
Well, the ones that are problems is Tavernier. I'm so sorry to say Tavernier's been a good servant to Rangers, but the amount of mistakes he's made, he wouldn't have lasted with me. I wouldn't have even, if I was Stevie Gerrard, I would have got rid of him then. So you're talking about right back, centre back. Goldson is not tough enough. He's too soft. So you need a centre back. Goalkeeper. We need a goalkeeper, and I would suggest Christian Walton of Blackburn, who's on loan from Brighton. He's a good goalkeeper. Put in an offer for him. Very tall, great goalkeeper. I've saw him a few games. So there's tons of players there, but 3 positions: goalkeeper, centre back, and the right back.
That's all we need. The Waltons at Ibrox, JFK.
I heard the name linked with Rangers today, and I hope it's no true. And it's O'Donnell for Kilmarnock. I hope we don't fall into that trap. I don't rate him at all. Man.
You're into the silly season, didn't you?
He's a poor player. I mean, he only became an international because his ex-manager was a manager of that. The Tartan Trannies, but it's silly seasons upon us. But James is right up his knowledge on. He's digging out players that I've never heard of, and it'd be interesting to see going forward that if some of these players they end up at Ibrox, you know. And there is. I mean, I think with the present circumstances, Oxshire, we all know what is happening in the world. You know, I think there'll be gems to be bought all over the world, not just in UK and Europe.
See that boy Kilmarnock, Jimmy. Is his contract no finished? He's a type of player that fits right into what I was trying to say. He's a Scottish international. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but he's not. He wouldn't be just a wee filler in. I think he'd be a really good prospect for Rangers. That's what I think.
What one? But Stephen O'Donnell or Hickey?
The right back.
Stephen O'Donnell.
The boy we come out.
So you would take him, Bridgeman?
Well, I would. He's a type of deal that I'd be looking for if I could get them. So I would think.
Even though it's a Scottish club.
Sorry.
Oh,
he's a free star.
He's a free at the end of the season, pal.
Have you ever been shopping with Bridge, mate? He says, "We'll get them. It's buy one get one free, and I'll take the free one."
all of us mean, I'm not saying that they'll buy him. All I'm saying is that it'd be worthwhile looking at. Maybe it doesn't suit Steven Gerrard. He might be a red hot one of them, and we don't want him type of thing. But that it could be looked at and let the manager make his decision. Or he fits the bill.
I'll give you a name. Nathaniel Clyne.
Never going to happen, mate.
You never know, Jimmy.
Look, mate, me and you shot ourselves in the foot last season, mate. Now, I'm not wanting any more ex-Liverpool players. Honestly, I think we've had far too many since Stevie G came.
What's Southampton, wasn't he?
I warned you after the first time I watched the boy in no heart. And he's mocked me.
Oh, I didn't mock you, mate. We tittered a
bit. James, so goalkeeper, centre half, and left back, full back, yeah?
Yeah. Right back, yeah.
Are you happy with the midfield and the forwards we've got?
Well, we need more players. We need. I'm surprised. I've always went on about how I watched. What's his name? The centre forward we've got just now. The small one. No, the other guy.
Defoe.
Defoe. I watched Defoe in a game recently against Hearts, and he was right through. And the players Halkett caught him up twice, so he's not got the pace. Halkett caught him twice by this. It was too slow. We need a big centre forward when we're playing teams like Livingston, Hamilton away. We need a away team and we need a home team. And we need the players that can kick lumps at the other side. And as I've said, Matt Smith, Jukovic of Birmingham, there's tons of big centre forwards in England, first championship, who would... Or that guy from Midtjylland I was talking about before. He's a big, tough player. We need tough guys. Or bam, get stuck into these centre backs here. That's what we need. No soft players. There are too many soft players in our team. We've always been soft.
Too nice. That's something I've heard a few times with different.
Yeah, but that's what we need. Any players we signed, if we signed a guy like Ojo, we're wasting our time. If we sign Hadji, we need guys round about that'll kick lumps out of the other midfield and let Hadji play. That's the way to play against these guys with fire. That's the way I manage teams. I would say, look, if you're going to get stuck in, you do the business on them. There's too many soft touches in our team. So we need to really enforce a defensive player. And there's plenty of guys. There's also a good fullback with with Smith, with Stoke City. I like a right back, I think he is. He's a good player as well. He's the captain of the team. Make an offer some decent players. No guys that are serious journeymen. No young boys. Yeah. These guys are all. I would say a lot of the guys you've mentioned must be running about 30. Yeah, but we signed them for 2 years, and then we said, come to Scotland to win us a league, and then you can go if you want, right? When I lived in England, and they signed from Wigan, Tavernier and Waghorn, and they were bit players, and they came and they did okay, but Tavernier's too many faults. He's not tough enough.
Right. Okay, mate. I think we've been joined by a caller who's not on yet. Fox, I'll let you come in there. You've got your own views. A lot of people are mentioning, obviously, the full-back position. But before I bring in Fox, I think we've been joined by Donkey. Evening, Donkey.
All right, Paul. I was just listening. I listen to you every night, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the show's brilliant. See what I want to ken, Ox.
Yes,
what's happening to the youth?
That's a good question, mate. We've no managed to bridge that gap. And once they have got in, the boy Patterson had 1 game, 1.5 games, I can't remember now. And he done okay against Stranraer and disappeared. I think we've no bridged that gap yet. I know what's your fault.
But how many years have we had this academy going, mate? And who's come with it?
Well, we've not had anybody out it in the last, if we're being honest, there's been no real successes in the last few years. But
does that not go down to the scouts and that, mate?
It's about bridging that gap, mate. You can sign the best talent because we've got a lot of talents that have been very, very successful at youth level, and then it's trying to get them to that next level. But I'll bring in Fox. He's a great forward of youth. Fox?
I think that the gap hasn't been bridged yet because when we had a clear out and a change of staff, we've tended to put the younger players in the age group above them. And we've done that right through all the squads. We've got something like 16-year-olds playing in under 19s, etc. The boys are still very young, and I think it'll be a couple of years yet before some of them appear in the first team. There was one young boy who was...
Billy Gilmore?
No. We're talking long before Billy Gilmore, mate. That young boy came...
No, carry on, Fox. We've lost Fox as well. Hopefully they'll be back. We've lost Bridge, Donkey and Fox. Somebody's come in and annihilated the panel with a machine gun.
Scattergun there,
Fox is back.
Did you cut me after?
I never done it at all, mate. There was the threes and Donkey disappeared. That didn't do nothing, mate. Nothing. Carry on.
I get kicked out as well there.
I might have kicked you out, but nothing. And Donkey disappeared as well. 3 years went. JFK said the panel looked a lot better.
I could have made a few comments on some of the players. The boy for Kilmarnock, the fullback, mate, would sign for Celtic long before he would sign for us.
Hello.
You back, Donkey?
Hello. I don't care what I'm doing.
You been paying your bill, mate, or you pay as you go?
That's it, mate. Hey, I'm one of the puddle drinkers, mate. I'll pay all my taxes. Sorry, mate. Hey, listen, I've got my own business, mate. I pay all my stuff.
I see that, mate. Fox, in you come, mate. You before you get cut off there, and it wasn't me, by the way. you were saying about just bridging this gap, getting them ready.
As I said, there's a lot of your youth team still very young. We've got a lot of good prospects in it. The young boy that came in at fullback,
Patterson,
mate, he looks to be one that could bridge the gap. We had a young midfielder who also was about the first team until he went out on loan there. I can't. His name escapes me at the moment, but he looked a good young prospect as well. I think it's just time with the young guys, mate. That's all I would say.
And you need a bit of luck, Donkey. You need maybe the guy in front of you to get injured so that you can get a game and then you stay in the team. There's a bit of luck involved.
Oh, aye, definitely, guys. I get what you're saying, but see me, I'm a great believer. If you're 16 and you're good enough, you should be in the team or in about the first team. That's what I was saying the last time about this.
If you're good enough, Donkey, yeah.
Aye, but what folks are saying is, well, they're not up to that level yet.
And the trouble is, is your point you're making, if they're 16, 17, 18 and they're not good enough, are they ever going to be good enough?
It's not that they're probably no technically good enough, mate. It's probably physically they're no ready for me. You know.
Developed.
Yeah. Aye.
So what I'm going to say to you folks is, how many players, right, have you had in there, right? I'm talking about youth, right? You're talking about that laddie Ferguson. He was already at Rangers. Why was he part two? He's not good enough.
Aye, well, it's happened before, Donkey. You let players go and they come back and haunt you, didn't they? You know, and
it's a shame.
You maybe sign them. Aye, it's happened. It's not a new thing. JFK.
No, it's not a new thing. It's happened to us over years now. But I mean, I rate the boy Ferguson, but not the money that they're talking about, you know. And look, we're all right in that in there, I would think. For me, it's right back and up front. And I left back to push Barisic, but up front, I think, well, no, I'm a fan of a big battering ram centre forward. Always have been, in all my years going to see Rangers. And if it's a big guy, I mean, London Dykes gave them a nightmare when they beat them, the Puddle Drinkers 2-1, and they weren't happy with that. The big type of centre forward. Is London Dykes the answer? I don't know. But was he worth a go? Probably. Aye. If I had a choice between him and Shankland, I'd take Dykes first.
Where would Ferguson fit into this all?
That's a good question. Stardog, can you come, mate?
Well, for me, it would fit in before Kamara. It would fit in before Scott Arfield. And he would be competing with Ryan Jack, mate, for a place in the midfield with Joe Aribo for me. There's, he's only 20 years of age. As Jimmy says, the money's not right. Aberdeen would really demand a high fee for him. So that wouldn't be right for the club, mate, to pay 4 or 5 million straight away. But, no matter who we go out and get next year, Rockstead, I said this the other night in the show, there wasn't enough players in that team that nailed down an actual position. We didn't know where Joe Aribo played last year, or Scott Arfield. They mixed it up so many times. Boys really need to start nailing down first team positions so that we know who plays where and who goes where.
Right.
We need to be sure who we're getting.
That's a great point, young man, right? A brilliant point. But has the coaching staff got to take some responsibility for that? James?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we're talking about Kamara. I watched Kamara Finland against Mkhitaryan, the Arsenal player, and he dominated Mkhitaryan. But he was given a free role, and he was more confident. When he's playing with Rangers, he seems nervous. I would give it. There's a chance of, if you give a really good player the position they want and you think he's bad, you might get rid of him, but it may come back to bite you later on. Like Kamara, I think, should be given the same role as he plays for Finland, because he was fantastic. But the problem is, we need a stronger defence. If he does lose the ball, we're weak in some positions. And that was the position where, in one of the Hearts game, like Kamara had the ball, 2 guys were on top of him. Like Barisic steps out and not thinking, Kamara might lose that ball, but there's a guy behind me who's going to get the ball. So he made a mistake as well. So Kamara and Barisic made a mistake. And it's all down to, I think he doesn't know the correct positions. I think he's lacking there and choosing the correct position for the player.
All right. Have the coaching staff got to take some responsibility for some of that then? Stardog's made a great point. Scott Arfield's playing at the right hand by midfield, then he's playing the number 10 role, then he gets brought deeper. The Rebo's played everywhere barring goals.
Your best 11 isn't always your best team, Oxford, is it?
No, you've got to get that blend, mate. You've got to get that blend, which is the hardest thing in football. Because your best players don't necessarily make your best team, mate.
Ox, can I come in?
Yes, Donkey, on you go, mate.
Kim, I'm going to say, see in the modern day game, you've got to have guys that can play in 3 or 4 different positions, mate. That's what I was trying to say. You need to get guys in that can play different positions. Kim, what I'm saying? It's not just a case of getting one guy in, you play there. What's the guy, the other boy that was saying that, about Barisic and that? Mm-hmm. You've got to play, guys have got to be able to play in 2 or 3 different positions, mate. That's the modern day game.
Continuity, mate, sometimes, and the chopping and changing, and sometimes we come unravelled. I think sometimes we've made mistakes because we've maybe shuffled the pack when we don't have to. Personally, just a personal view, Donkey. Bridgeman, in you come.
Yeah, I think the multi-talented and shall we say, somebody able to play 2 or 3 positions is fine if they're really good players. But you find that some people, they're really good in one position, and it's a sin when they move them out because you can see it. They just don't. They might want to be, and they might think they're doing all right, but they're not for the team. And Andy Halliday was one of those guys. He was a really good player at a certain level, a certain position. But start moving him around. Sometimes it works. Sasa Papac's a prime example. He came to kind of centre half. He played centre half. But my goodness, what a tremendous left back he was, So, I think was a great player. Well, if you think about what when he came there, he could also play. They took him as a play left back, but the thought was he would probably end up playing him at centre half, or some fans thought that anyway.
Oh, but
my goodness,
he was played as a centre half, mate.
I'm saying he came, but you see when he moved out there, you see the difference. That was his strongest part of his game when he moved out there. Wonderful player. But there's nobody many get that.
Natural defender.
Yeah.
He's natural instinct to defend.
Just class that boy, yeah.
7.5 out of 10 every week, Donkey.
Oh, I definitely, mate. He just does class at the left back. But Bridgeman just said there, he does class, like.
What about yourself, Donkey? What positions would you strengthen?
I would get rid of Big China at the back for a start.
China?
Aye. Goldson, every time he gets touched, he's broken.
Yes, Donkey. Go on, son.
Yes. That's shocking, Donkey. That's a Rangers player you're talking about. That's their vice captain, Donkey.
You're asking me the truth. I'm telling you the truth there, Bridgeman. He's like China, mate. Every centre half you've been solid. As soon as you touch him, man, he goes down like a dandelion in the snow. He's honestly, he's no solid enough for to be playing in a centre half for the Bears. Like, no chance. He's no good at it.
You can come back on here anytime. I love that.
Okay, see Tavernier.
Wait a minute, Donkey. Just let me write that one down. Dandelion in the snow. I just need to keep up with.
It just falters, mate. Just deep. Come on, I mean.
JFK, the dandelion in the snow comment.
Yeah, I've not heard that for a lot of years. My granddad and granny used to have it.
Has he got a point?
Of course he has. My son now, that's the way I look at it for Goldson. He's never going to get dropped. If it's his boy, he must play. I'd like to see Goldson and Tavernier go.
Aye, 100%, mate.
If I had a choice of keeping any of the two of them, I would probably keep Goldson there or Tavernier.
Let's Fox come in. Fox is a big fan of Tavernier's. Fox, and you come, mate. Speak up for the defence, please.
I think Tavernier is the whipping boy of the Rangers defence, mate. I think Tavernier gets exposed because of the system we play. And the same goes for Glenn Kamara in the left-hand side of the midfield. And with Finland, Kamara plays in a 4-4-2 with two banks of four, where he's got covering players. Kamara's got to cover the left-hand side when Barisic goes forward. Leaves him a wee bit exposed at times. And the same with James Tavernier. With the way we play, he's an attacking fullback, left wide open if the midfield doesn't cover him. So I think he's a whipping boy of the Rangers support. I think he's been a terrific servant since he was signed, and I think people should give him a break.
Starbuck.
I like James Tavernier, mate. I do. I really like him, but I mean, he made a lot of high-profile mistakes last year. I mentioned mental damage last night. James Tavernier might have that. I mean, for me, if any of you remember, anybody Rangers player in history that comes out and says they're either worried or scared or anxious to play Hamilton at home, it's a big concern for me, mate. You know, a player should never feel like that when he's playing for Rangers. We're the best team in Scotland, mate. Best team in the world, in my opinion. So he should never feel like that playing for Rangers, and that worried me, mate. That's not somebody I want to see on the pitch for my team.
All right, are you a mental damage expert, Starbuck?
100%.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. And you go, Donkey.
Well, I'm saying that's your captain with Starbuck saying, do you know what I mean? How can you deflect away from that? That's your captain of the team. Do you know what I mean? And he's shining himself. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't even get a ball and pass the first man when he's closing it. Do you know what I mean?
When he's good, he's good. When he has a bad game, he can be
when
poor.
he's pants, he's absolutely high pants.
But I think sometimes I get Fox's point of view. Where do you sit, Donkey?
I don't go in there, mate.
All right, you watch him on the box, yeah?
Aye, my business is 24/7, mate.
Aye, all right, mate. No, that's good. Doesn't mean because you can't get to the game doesn't mean you're no a bear, mate. I just wanted to know what view you got in Tav, because I know where Fox sits.
No, listen, I've been involved in football at Oxford. I was about 3-year-old, mate. You know what I mean? I'm no stupid. I can't be watching somebody if they're good or if they're no good. You know what I mean? And he's just no good. See the right backs that we've had. See Rangers. Rangers always built a team, right? The spine of the team was the main concern, right? Goalkeeper, centre half, centre mid, striker, right? And then you built the team round it. I don't know where they're building the team round. Do you know what I mean?
But this is the problem now, mate. Everybody thinks back to when we had money and where we had to pick up players. We're in the bargain basement now, mate. Really good centre-halves cost a lot of money. We have got to do the best we can in the market we're in. And it's not so easy to find quality centre-halves for next to nothing. And as for our defence to be torn apart, I think they lost 19 goals in the league so far this season. They've done terrifically well in Europe. I don't think they deserve to get slaughtered all the time.
James,
yeah. Right. I respect Fox's view on Tavernier, but I'm sorry, but Tavernier, a guy like him, will never win any league. He's not got it. You look at the cup final, Fox is talking about a position. You let a guy run halfway from the halfway line and never even tackled him. The centre back, Kiernan, that was one of the worst. That was a disgraceful exhibition of defending, and Stokes ran right through and scored. And that Tavernier's he's good at attacking, but defensively he's weak. We're never going to win the league with a guy like him. And I'll tell you, there's thousands of players out there are much better than him without a lot of money who would play for the Rangers. Just find them. I don't care what anybody says.
Bridgeman, in you come. Ox Colin Bridge. JFK.
I heard you mention Kieran, and what the boy was saying there was that Donkey was saying that about that was a Hibs game.
No, but we're talking about our defence.
Our defence, yes, I'm saying that. That was a Hibs game. The Stoke scored the goal. Kiernan and Tavernier never tackled, which was shocking. But I think at the present moment, but we need to strengthen up the centre half, most assuredly. We need to coach the ones to betterness, i.e. through maybe better fitness, which they've had a big long rest there. They should be able to be fit. Let's see how fit they really are. Desperate to get Helander back, and I don't know if Goldson is going to be the twin, the other one for him. But we definitely need to strengthen it for sure. I don't think Katic has got the answer. No harm to any of them. They've all done their business. They've played for the Rangers. They've wore the jersey and they went to war for us. But there's weaknesses there, so we need to strengthen. And one of the most important places is your central defensive pair. It's got to be done right. And a really good central midfielder. Sorry.
No problem, Bridge. I have been saying for 18 months, GFK, that it's when you get rid of fans' favourites and you bring somebody in to improve them. That's the hard bit.
Right.
And if Tava, who another is a fan's favourite, but as a manager, you think, right, okay, GFK is better.
Is he a fan's favourite though?
I'm just using it as an example.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously when Rangers are shooting into the Broomloan, right? So I've got Tavernier there. I can practically touch him, and I see him every home game.
Right.
And I think his time's come. He's getting into his 6th season with Rangers now, if it starts in August.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think his time's came and went. What I've seen in the last 5 seasons,
he has improved.
Very, very slightly, though. I agree with Donkey. I just think he's a kick bag, I just think somebody pulls out of some tackle, something. Going forward, we know what he can do, but as a defender, I mean, there's some defenders that we've had at Ibrox. I mean, I go back to a no-nonsense defender who never got the praise that he should have got, and it was Stuart Monroe. And I thought Stuart Monroe was just a steady back, and I appreciated what he brought to the game. No nonsense, get the ball out the park. Yeah, he made mistakes. But for me, Tavernier, I agree with the guys here that we're talking about. I think his time's come now, and it's maybe move on to pastures new and bring in somebody that.
Do you think it would be good for him as well, mate? Do you think maybe, sometimes players need a change?
Well, I mean, I'm going to use a word here that I don't think he's Rangers class, mate. I think it's shown in the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Okay, I think sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for. You don't realise how good somebody is till they're not there. But Stardog.
Aye, he's got a great engine, mate. It really doesn't stop for our club. It doesn't stop working. But it's looking round about the squad, mate. I mean, Rangers have got to. You're talking about getting rid of fans' favourites and that, regardless of who they are. Rangers fans want success, mate. That's what we as a club crave. That's what we as a club need. That's what we as a club deserve. And you've got to really seriously take a look round about the squad, mate, getting into this season, because we can't afford to lose anything this year. Nothing we can afford to lose in terms of the league. So you've got to have a real hard look round about the squad and say who's good enough to go away. Tavernier, I don't see Tavernier having. I mean, the first season Gerrard came in, he was brilliant for us, mate. I don't think he'll have another season like that. I think that was his season there, and unfortunately we never won anything in that season. Connor Golson is no somebody I can see stepping up and taking us forward either. Glenn Kamara's another one, mate. We've got to have a really, really good hard look. And like I say, the boys that are there next year, they need to get a position and nail it, make it yours, and don't lose it. That's what we need. A bit of consistency next year, mate.
Don't care, you come, mate.
I'm just listening to what Stardog was saying there. But it's true what you say, mate. Who do you bring in? I mean, you've got to bring players in. It's got to be better than the players that are there.
It's easy bringing players in, Donkey, innit? They've got to fit in, they've got to be good enough, they've got to like it, and they've got to play well.
See, Ken, what's wrong? I'll tell you what's the bottom line here, mate. They don't ken what it means to all of us for to put that blue jersey on and get stuck in about it for the winners' trophies. That's what the problem is. They're far too soft. Far too soft.
Are you intimating there, Donkey, that we need more Rangers supporters in the team?
We need guys that no Rangers supporters, but you get what I'm saying. Guys that kens what it means to play for that club.
Winners.
For our club.
Winners, Donkey.
Aye, go silverware. Having here and Ghost and that, mate. Honestly, sorry, but they guys are not going to win us anything. And it's been proven.
And you come, Fox. You've got to have the right to reply.
Everybody's due their opinion, mate. I accept that people don't see them the way I see them, but I don't think they're as bad as people make them out. I've had three games, I think it was, against them across the city this season. We didn't lose much as if they tore us apart like they have in seasons before. I think we outplayed them in 2 of the 3 games. I don't think we're as bad. I think it's the system, mate. I think the 4-3-3 kind of leaves us open because we overload an attack and we do lose some goals, but it's not as bad as people make it out, mate.
No, I'm not listening, mate. I'm not saying it is, but what I'm saying is that these guys have had their shot. There's no glory there for them. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not there for me. They're too soft.
Fair enough, Donkey. I mean, I wouldn't. If you looked at our disciplinary record, mate, it doesn't look on paper as if we're too soft. We get refereed in a different way. Ryan Jack is one of our harder players that get into the tackle. And over the last 2 seasons, mate, he's been booked and sent off for what we would call a reasonable challenge. And if we were to fill our team with hard men, mate, we'd be playing with 9 men every week.
I know, I understand fully what you're saying, mate. But look at the disciplinary thing, right? That's for petulant, stupid yellow cards for Morelos especially. Kicking out in that. I mean, that's what we lassies do, mate.
Fair comment,
right,
mate.
Right.
But referees put up with a lot more than the day with Morelos, mate. Other players can boot players and kick players and shout at the referee and they're no booked. Alfredo Morelos looks at them the wrong way, he's in the book.
That's because they're run by terriers, mate. That's what the problem is.
Correct.
Oh, I don't know where you're coming there, Donkey, but you might have a point.
No, it's run by terriers, mate. I ken a guy, a compliance officer that sits at the dump, right? And he picks the referees for the Scottish game. There you go. That's how I can.
Well, it's been an interesting evening. We've debated some of us. I'm surprised we never really got off the defence start dog, did we? It's a bit like Bridge being back and forth about the defence.
You better get Donald Finlay in there, mate.
But no, mate, I'm sure we've got that for tomorrow night to get after defence. But interesting discussions, mate. Everybody's got some good, valid points, and obviously not everybody agrees, mate. But that's what it's all about on here. It's all about opinions, isn't it?
Aye, look, mate. 2 guys sitting next to each other watching a game of football, no see it the same way.
They're another good player, mate. 2 guys.
He was a good player, mate. He was a class. Anyway, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening.
Oh. Oxchair, another marvellous night, by the way. Well done to everybody. Really good discussions. And I'm sure we'll all get together again sometime and we'll discuss these things again, possibly tomorrow night. Can I just say all the... What's that?
Listen, bro, you take care. I'm going to shoot the name, mate.
Right, okay, buddy.
Cheers,
Can
mate.
I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers. Because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank your good self, Bridge and Fox, JFK, James for Tennessee, Stardog, and of course, Old School Blue, Technical Terry, doing the technicals in the background. Donkey, great call, mate. Like a character, I think you're Donkey. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night for the second last show of the season between 9 and 10. And we might have a wee extended show on Friday night when Fox buys us all a drink. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow night. Take it away, Old School Blue.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the bouncy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Lucia Vibrox for Lancer and Dream. Follow, follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the bouncy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians by 3-2. Still celebrating, doing the bouncy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers are back where we belong. Lucia Vibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.